Good afternoon, it's Lynn here from the Learn English Network with Absolute Beginners. Now the Absolute Beginners session does what it says on the label. It's for English as a second language or English as a foreign language beginners. Okay, which means we'll go very slowly and very carefully. We're not in a hurry, remember? Anyhow, today we're going to be looking at some colours and shapes, and we're going to do that by looking at flags. Okay, so bringing together nationality and language under a flag. Okay, so I hope you're ready, and if you just bear with me 1 second, we will begin. So, today we're going to look at countries and flags. Now, last week we learnt we all come from different countries, but today we're going to learn about the flags that belong to different countries, and that will help us learn some colours and shapes and some larger numbers. We looked at numbers 1 to 10 before, but of course numbers can get much larger than that. Now remember, colours can be adjectives. Okay, all these children are wearing t-shirts. If I said to you, look for the boy in the orange t-shirt, orange t-shirt, it's a girl. Orange t-shirt, it's a boy, but there's a pattern on this. There's a shape on this. We'll move on. Orange girl with a pattern. There's a boy in an orange t-shirt. So colours can be very useful for identifying things and people and countries. We identify countries with flags. So when we talk about countries, remember there are 7 continents. Europe is a continent with 50 countries in it. Now, do continents have flags? Well, no, not really. Europe doesn't actually have a flag. You might see this flag and think Europe, but this is actually the European Union flag. So the European Union has a flag, but the European Union doesn't include all 50 countries. Now, the EU flag, and EU is short for European Union. It's an abbreviation. EU, E, European, U, Union. The EU flag is blue and gold. It's a blue and gold flag, but it has a pattern on it. It has a circle of yellow or gold stars. Now, can you count the number of stars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 1, 2. Now, that's not how we count. So, let's have a look at numbers a little bigger than 10. Numbers that are larger or higher than 10. Now, when we're looking at numbers, we've learnt so far single digit numbers. Okay, now a digit is any of the numerals from 0 to 9, from 0 to 9. Okay, and a numeral is any group of figures or symbols that show a number. So digits, numerals, numbers. So single digit numbers are 0 to 9. Okay, and these single digit numbers can be odd or even. We'll come to 0 in a moment. Remember, 0 British English, 0 American English. We sometimes say O for room numbers and telephone numbers. Okay, but 1 is an odd number, 2 is an even number, 3 is an odd number, 4 is an even number, 5 is an odd number, 6 is an even number, 7 odd, 8 even, 9 odd, and so on. Okay, now an odd number cannot be divided by 2. We will look at division in a moment. Is 0 an odd or even number? Mathematicians say it's an even number. Okay, but I'm not going to teach mathematics. So then we've got the bigger numbers. Single digit numbers, 1 digit, 1 digit. Double digit numbers, 1, 2 digits, 1, 2 digits. Okay, and they go above 9. So when you're writing the figures, the numerals, you've got 2 digits, double digits. Single, 1, like singular, double more than 1. Okay, double digit, 2. So we've got the number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Now the teens, you see these? Teen, 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 teen. The teens are the numbers between 13 and 19. We'll look at age again, but if you are 13 or 19 or any of these numbers years old, we say you're a teenager. So, counting from 0 to 20, we call that counting. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See if you can do that without taking a breath. You can count up, you can count backwards, count forwards and backwards, count up and down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so count along with me and make it fast. Make it snappy. Okay, let's move on. I said an even number, if you remember, odd and even. Okay, an even number can be divided by 2. Let's have a look at some of the basic math symbols. This is a plus sign, okay, and in mathematics that's addition. This is an equals sign, the sum of a math problem or a maths question. Okay, so if you're given a sum here, you might be asked to add 1 and 1, addition. Okay, and if you were to say the sum, you would say 1 plus 1 equals 2. You can also say 1 and 1 is 2, 1 add 1 makes 2. Makes is a bit unusual, but people do say it. Is more normal than equals. Mathematics teachers might say equals. Normal people, I know mathematics teachers are normal really, or are they? Anyway, normal people, every day, we might say is. We might say plus, we might say and, we might say add. So you need to choose which you want to say, but understand what other people might say. Okay? Then we've got the minus sign, which is part of subtraction. So, take away 1 from 2. You've got 2, you take away 1, you've got 1 left. Okay? 2 minus 1 equals 1. 2 subtract 1 is 1, 2 take away 1 is 1. You could also say subtract 1 from 2, subtraction, or take away 1 from 2. Okay? Then we have the times sign, which is part of multiplication. Times 2 by 2 is the instruction. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. We're not going to teach the times table, don't worry. You can learn that on lots of other websites. Then we have the divide sign, which is part of division. Okay, so 4 divided by 2. So divide 4 by 2. Now you won't find a division sign on your keyboard, so we use the / when we're writing the sign. We use the / on your keyboard. On my keyboard it's Shift and the number 7. It might be different on your keyboard. So 4 divided by 2 equals 2. 2 into 4 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Lots of different ways to say the same thing. The most important thing is learn the symbols: plus, equals, minus, times, divide. Okay? And the math terminology: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, let's move on. We have multiples of 10. So above 19, we move into what people sometimes call the tens, which are multiples of 10. So if you think above 19, you've got 2 times 10 is 20. So we've got 20. It's a slightly different name, 20. Then we have 30, which is 3 times 10, 30. And so on, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, up to 100. Now you might say 100, but many times you will hear 100. Okay? But in between the multiples of 10, we have what's called tens and ones. You add the single digit numbers to the double digit numbers. So you've got 20, you add 1, 20 plus 1 is 21. 20 plus 2 is 22. 20 plus 3 is 23, and so forth. You see the pattern? You've got the tens, and then you've got the single digit numbers, the same numbers you've learnt before. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And so on, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Up to 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So you get to 99, you add 1, you have 100. And if you notice, when you're writing 2-word numbers from 21 to 99, as words, we use a hyphen. Here's the hyphen. It's a little dash between the 2 words. Only when you're writing out the words. Okay? So use a hyphen here. It becomes a hyphenated word. Wonderful. Okay. When we get past 100, then we get multiples of 100. Okay? So above 100, you've got 101, like 101 Dalmatians. You might say 101, 112, 180. If you play darts, you'll know why I said it like that. 180. So you're adding to the 100 all the numbers you've already learnt, up to 99. After 199 or 199, you get 200. So that's 100 times 2, 200. 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. And between each of these, you've got 601, 602, 603. Now some Americans just say 601, 602. I'm British. I say 101, not 101, 101. Now make sure you can count up to 100 and back again. 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 94, 93, 92. Oh, I missed one. 95. 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. You know the next one? 90. Then 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, 79, 78. You get the idea. Okay. Practice, practice, practice. So that when you see a number like this, you know it's 999. When you see this number, you know it's 600 without thinking about it. And notice there's no hyphen. Okay? The hyphens are only between 21 and 99. Okay? For the tens of numbers plus 1. Okay? And people in maths often talk about counting in ones, tens and hundreds. Okay? So if you're doing maths, you might hear that kind of thing. Tens, hundreds, hundreds of things. There are millions of words. Let's not go up to 1,000,000 today. Okay? You can replay this part of the video and practice with me. You can also go to the voice thread and practice there. Okay? And there are little rhymes and songs that we use as children to learn these numbers. It's worth having fun with them. But let's move on to colour. Now, colours. C-O-L-O-U-R-S. I'm British. Okay, Americans do spell it C-O-L-O-R-S without the U. It's just a difference between British and American spelling. You choose, whichever you want, I don't mind. But this is how I was taught. And then we've got some common colours here. So we've got black and white. Now, we often say it that way as well. Black and white. The colour black, very dark. The colour white, very light. Are they colours? That's science. For this lesson, we're going to say they are colours, okay? Then we've got red, blue, yellow, orange, brown, green, purple and pink. There are many other colours, mixtures of colours. These three colours make all these colours. We have primary, tertiary, secondary colours. We won't worry too much about that today. We just learn the names, okay? And a lot of these colours appear in flags. I just mentioned American spelling, so let's have a look at a really well-known flag. How would you describe this flag? It's really well known. It's a very, very well-known flag. And normally people say it's the American flag. It's the flag of the USA. Now there's another abbreviation. Do you know what USA is short for? The United States of America. And we always have the definite article, the United States of America, the USA. You could describe it by colour. It's a red, white and blue flag. Red and white and blue. And there are stars on this flag. There are more stars on this flag than the European flag. Now the European flag has 12 stars on it, but there are 50 stars, 50 white stars on the American flag. And there are 13 red and white stripes. And it's often called the Stars and Stripes. Stars stripes, red and white stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, phew, 13. Now, why? Why do they have 50 stars and 13 stripes? Well, the 50 stars they show the 50 states of the USA. Okay? The 13 stripes represent the first states in the USA. The USA started out with 13 states, I believe. Now, I didn't realise there were only 50 states. I thought there were 51 or 52. I'm not a geography teacher. If I'm wrong, I apologise. But that's what I read on Wikipedia. Can you name all the states of America? I can't. Okay, so the next one, another red, white and blue flag, like the American flag. It's a red, white and blue flag. So how would you describe it? It's a red, white and blue flag. But there are no stars. So, what flag is it? What country is this the flag of? Is it the English flag? Notice English being used to describe the flag. Like I speak English, remember? That's the language. I am English, that's the nationality. The English flag. Suddenly, English. It's an adjective. Now, is it the English flag? No, it isn't. Sorry. It's the Union flag, and we often call it the Union Jack. Okay, this is the English flag. It's the flag of England, and it's a red and white flag, no blue. It's a red cross on a white background. So the background is the colour at the back, and the red cross breaks up the colour, and that becomes the background. A red cross on a white background. And if you remember, the stars are white stars on a blue background. Please don't count them. But the stripes are red and white stripes, because they're even, there's no background as such. You could say red stripes on a white background, or white stripes on a red background, or red and white stripes. So this is not the English flag. This is the English flag. Now, can you remember where I come from? I'm from the UK. I'm from England, but I live in Germany. And this is the German flag. So it's the flag of Germany. And it's black, red and gold. Not yellow, not orange, gold. Okay. It's a black, red and gold flag. 3 colours, 3 stripes. It has black, red and gold stripes. So that should tell you this is a stripe. Remember the equal sign? We had the equal sign. Can you remember what it looked like? Yep, it looks like, let me just make it bigger. There you go, it looks like 2 stripes. That's the equal sign. Don't think I'll save that. So we've got black, red, gold stripes. Now, gold, of course, is a metal, but it's also a colour. And these stripes go from the top to the bottom. So the top stripe is black, the middle stripe is red, the bottom stripe is gold. Top, middle, bottom. Top to bottom. And the one in the middle. It's between the black and the gold. So the stripe between the black and the gold stripe is red. The one in the middle is red. We'll do more middle, top, left, right, middle. Don't worry. Lots and lots of practice in the future. So we've talked about the different colours of flags, but we've also talked about the different shapes in some flags. And flags have different shapes. So when you look at flags, you'll see lots of different shapes and colours. And remember, Americans spell it colours, C-O-L-O-R-S. So let's have a look at some of the shapes. Well, obviously you have a square. I can't remember any squares in any of the flags. Then you have a circle. Okay, so this is a yellow square, a blue circle, plural circles, plural squares. Okay, there was a circle in one of the flags. Can you remember which flag had a circle? It was the European Union flag. It had a circle of different shapes, but the shapes were in a circle. Then we have the rectangle. Now, there were no rectangular shapes as such in the flags, but the flags were rectangular. Okay, the flags weren't square or circular, they were rectangular. Now notice what I did then. We've got a rectangle is rectangular. A circle is circular. A square, well, it's just square. Don't you love English? So sometimes you have to remember a different adjective, and sometimes not. Okay, then we have the stripes. Okay, so we've got here orange and white stripes. And if you remember, there were stripes on, well, actually on the American flag. There were no stripes on the European flag, and there weren't really any stripes on the United Kingdom flag or on the Union Jack. But on the American flag there were stripes. They weren't orange and white stripes. Can you remember what colour they were? They were red and white stripes. Then we have some stars. Here we have a pink star. Now the stars on the American flag weren't pink. Yeah, there were 50 stars on the American flag and they were white stars. And the stars on the European Union flag weren't pink. That would be fun, wouldn't it? No, they were gold. There were 12 gold stars on the European Union flag, and they were but the stars were in a circle. They were circular shape of 12 stars. So shapes can have shapes. Or shapes can be in shapes. And then we have the cross. Now there were no crosses on the European Union flag. There were no crosses on the American flag, but there were crosses on the Union Jack, and there was a cross on the English flag. Okay, and crosses can go vertically and diagonally. So when we're looking at vertical lines on a flag, and even stripes on a flag, they can go in different directions. And that's important to understand the direction of something. We will look at directions in more detail in a future lesson. But if you think about a vertical line, that goes from the top to the bottom. This is a vertical line. And if we go horizontally, this is a horizontal line from the word horizon. If you look into the distance, the furthest line you can see going from west to east is the horizon, and so we have a horizontal line. And here we have a diagonal line. It's going diagonally from left to right. It could go diagonally from right to left, okay? But it's diagonal. It's not straight up or down, it's diagonal. This is straight up, this is straight across, this is diagonal. So we've got a black vertical line, a purple horizontal line, and a brown diagonal line. We have a red cross, a pink star, some orange and white stripes. We have a green rectangle, a blue circle, and a yellow square. I think we'll leave it at that today. Okay, that's a lot of vocabulary, but don't worry. Take your time. Watch the replay. Watch the video in the YouTube channel. Take your time to learn the shapes and the colours, and look at your own flag. Look at the flag that represents your country and see if you can describe it to me. Does it have different shapes? Some flags have pictures as well. I like them. I think they're cool. Some flags have stripes and stars. Some flags have circles, squares, rectangles, lots of different shapes. Okay, these are just a few of the shapes. Okay, so we looked at some sources of some different images today, and so I'd like to thank Wikipedia and Pixabay. Now, if you would like to know more about the about the flags and the colours and the shapes, we do have more on the website. Okay, so you can, if you find this too easy, go to the website, go to vocabulary, find the basics. We have colours. Remember I mentioned primary, secondary, tertiary. It's all in there. We looked at some different colours of things. You can also, if you go to the nationalities and countries, if you remember last week we did the country, the nationality, the language, but you can also go to the flags. Okay, so you can see how very different many flags can be. So here we have the German flag with horizontal stripes, and then we have the Belgian flag with vertical stripes. Same colours, same stripes. Vertical, Belgium. Horizontal, German. And we've got crosses and stripes and circles and pictures. So find your flag and describe it. Describe the colours, describe the shapes. And you can do that in the forum, or if you like, on the lessons page. Okay, go to the lessons on Learn English Online. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this little part of the presentation. If you have any questions, just ask. Don't be shy. Selvi, you've had your hand up, but you haven't actually introduced yourself in the chat. Nobody else raised their hand, so I'll presume you're all super happy. You do have to introduce yourself, or let me know on the forum that you wish to join us. That goes to Thapello, William, Caden, Mohammed, Abdi, Ibrahim, Monza, Irsis, Sachin, Renata. If you want to come and speak to me, you have to raise your hand, but you have to introduce yourself as well. Okay. Otherwise, you can just ask a question in chat. Just type a question in chat as we're doing the lesson. But I hope you enjoyed today's session. A lot of new vocabulary. But thank you for watching. And don't forget, we broadcast this session live every week. If you missed it, come next week. It'll be a different topic. But ask a question anytime in the forum or in the Learn English Online lessons. And thank you for coming. Thank you for taking part. Bye. Take care.